Okay, here's the scenario. You have rented a unit and customer is super excited and they've gone through everything and made all the plans, done everything that they're supposed to do, put all the money down. In fact, they've paid you in advance and they're just really, really excited about this party that they've got planned and the things that are coming up. And then the weather report. But the customer is still just hoping that, it's going to be one of those days where they can make it through, or maybe it's just going to be a smattering and it's going to miss them, or maybe they can get a little bit of the party in, and so they say, let's move forward. You get there, you set it up, and everything gets done, and you leave, and 1 minute after you leave, the bottom drops out and it rains for the entire time that party is going on. Now, in most cases, you would say, you tried to warn them, you let them know beforehand that once they have the unit, it's theirs. There's funds for rain, and the customer really doesn't have a problem with that. But here's the thing: it's a good customer, and you don't want to leave it with that. You don't want to leave it in a situation where they've got a bad taste in their mouth and they're thinking, next time I do a party, I just don't know. It's just not going to work out. Probably going to have to worry about weather and the whole nine yards. And especially in the off season where, if it's the summer and it's not lightning or wind, it's just kind of a drizzly rain. It's really no big deal. You just put a couple water slides out there and you let it rain on the water slides. Saves them on their water bill, right? But in the winter, when it's too cold to do all that and you really can't be in a situation where you're going to do that, what do? How do you save this customer? And I know what you guys are going to say. It's, you move on to the next one. And if they want it, fine. If they don't want it, fine. But here's the thing. Part of what you're doing when you're building a customer base is you're building the faith of the customer in your company. And again, at the same time, we're in business. We're not here to give away. You have to make money. So what do? And my suggestion is that you use these opportunities so that you can create more opportunities in the future. If there is a situation where you can offer this customer a discount for a future event, you're really kind of guaranteeing or solidifying a future rental for less money, but you're kind of giving them an opportunity to make a situation. Now, it's probably going to have to be a deep discount in order to make it worth this customer's while, or it's going to have to be a situation where everybody's going to want the unit and they get top billing or a discounted unit, so it's not really helping. But if you limit it, say in the middle of the week, so you're giving something away in the summer, their kids are out of school anyway, it's not really going to be a big deal. It's no skin off your teeth because it's not really a situation where you're going to be doing something or losing something to another customer, so it's not another issue, not really a big deal. So you can discount those units heavily on a Tuesday in the middle of the week during the summer and give this customer opportunity to have that good time and rebuild that good memory. Because listen, what we're doing is we are building memories. You're not in the vinyl slinging business. You're literally, that has an absolutely very little to do with the whole process. What you're doing is creating memories that these people will remember and their children will remember and their grandchildren will remember. So you need to keep that in mind when you're doing every aspect of these rentals. You're creating a situation where you're building the memories that is going to build the sales and events. So think about making things right, even though it's not your fault, and that will create a sense of security within the customer's beliefs that you really care about what's going on with them and the whole nine yards of their party and their situation, the whole nine yards. You could take this one step further, and when you get a new unit in, do them as your test subject. So say, look, I'm going to bring it out. You guys test it out. You give me your review or whatever. I'm going to take some photos from my website. I'm going to, so I can do some advertising. You guys be my test subjects for this rental, and I can give it to you really, really cheap, or I can do it for free. I was going to set it up and take pictures anyway. So use this as an opportunity to include your customers and at the same time also create that opportunity where you can can, develop that relationship with them and make it where it's much, much better for you and they feel secure and they're going to tell their friends. And you're always going to be the first person in their mind when it comes to creating this situation. I've seen tons and tons of videos where the first impulse is to protect the business side of the business. And that is absolutely what you need to do in most cases. But in some cases, you're creating a situation where you're building further business and you can give a little to get more in the future. Now, be very, very careful, because what you don't want to do is create a situation where some people may try to create this as an opportunity themselves, meaning that they're going to, book stuff out of whack, or create a situation where they're getting more than they should, or demanding things of you because they've gotten things in the past. You need to kind of make it clear that this is kind of a one-off. I can't do this all the time, or, this, it's only because you're a good customer. Use the language so that they understand, what you're doing and why you're doing it, and that'll make a situation much, much better and create that opportunity without putting yourself in a position to where you're subtracting from your ability to grow or do what people have a very, very bad habit of getting that inch and taking that mile. So be very, very careful when you're dealing with it, and make sure that you're getting stuff on the other end of it, even if it is, solidifying that gratitude or whatever. And, hey, nothing wrong with telling them to keep me in mind. I guess the final point on this is going to be this, and something that you can kind of keep in the back of your mind. These rentals are usually not very, very cheap, and it usually has to do a big portion of their budget for whatever event or whatever party. So keep that in mind. Make sure they're getting their money's worth, even if it's a situation that goes beyond the party itself, and you'll be on top of the business when it comes to people looking at you for what they want. Make your business valuable. If you do this, then your customers will make it sure that you are remembered as something that is valuable as well, and that will translate into better sales for you and more business. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the fact that you watch these videos. If you would like and subscribe, send us some more views, and let us know how we're doing. Also, comment below on what you would do if your customer called and said, "Hey, it rained on my event. What can you do?" Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next time.